are important for you because what we all know is that if we want to get rid of Andy Barr in 2018, I think that's a goal we can all embrace. It's going to take more than just a great candidate. It's going to take a great candidate, but it's going to take more than that. And it's going to take ordinary folks like us going out and talking to our neighbors and spreading the word about the great candidate that we have. And so we have two events that are designed to do that. One is on October the 23rd, so please make a note of that on your calendar, or be sure you've liked us on Facebook because we'll also put it there. The Women's Club is hosting the League of Women Voters who are going to do voter registration training with us. And that's going to be crucial to this next election, is having more registered voters. So we're going to do that on October 23rd at 6 p.m. right here. And then on November 5th at 4 o'clock, we're doing a training for something we call Walk the Talk, which is a way of engaging Democratic-leaning voters who, for whatever reason, don't always show up to the polls, especially in a midterm election. And that's what this program is designed to do, and it takes on-the-ground, ordinary people working. So we hope you'll come on November the 5th at 4 o'clock for the Walk the Talk training. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce State Senator Reggie Thomas, who is the state senator from Kentucky's 13th senatorial district, and he has served in that office since 2014. Senator Thomas, thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn and thank the Jessamine County Democrats Women's Club for having me here this evening. I tell you, I feel like this is old-fashioned politics. Getting this stuff and talking. So I am going to enjoy this, and I know there's going to be a lot of time for Q&A, and so I really welcome the interaction between you. First, let me begin, obviously, by thanking all of you. Carolyn, thank you. Thank you, Deborah, who I see at different fairs and different kind of events. Thank you. You're the chair of the party back there, Ruby. Thank you for having me. So I want to, and thank all of you for coming, because this is really an important election. And what I know now in October of 2017, very few think about politics. But as we've seen already in this country, we never thought we would be where we are right now. And so we need to be thinking about it, and we need to be engaged. And as you mentioned, Carolyn, talk about events and being present, because I will tell you that the least important person going into this election from the Democratic side will be the candidate. That's going to be the least important person. And I've said that in all my campaign speeches and campaign announcements. This is really not about me. It's about you. It's about us. Because we are all in this together. And what I want to do is go to Washington and work for you. I want to be, and I intend to be, the same kind of congressperson in Washington that I've been as a state senator. Returning phone calls, responding to emails, meeting with people. Anytime I'm asked to do something, Deborah will always say, yes, we'll find a way. And so this really is public service. I do want to tell you that simply. What I really do is public service. It's not about all the bells and whistles and traffic, but it really is about getting down there and trying to answer people's problems, resolve their questions, just trying to make life better. This is really public service. So thank you for having me. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am. I came to Lexington at the age of 14 after my father passed away. My mother grew up here in Lexington. My grandparents were from here. And so she brought us here to get us out of the gangland Southside Chicago back in the 60s. I finished Bryan Station High School, or graduated Bryan Station High School. And I was very fortunate. I got a scholarship to Dartmouth College, took advantage of that, went to Dartmouth, and graduated from Dartmouth in 75. And from there, I went to Harvard Law School. Went on and finished Harvard Law in 78. Worked in D.C. for a couple of years with the other SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. And then in 1980, married a lovely woman by the name of Krista. thought about where we wanted to make our home and raise our family, really there was just only one choice. Well, I say one choice for me. Linda had some other ideas. But we moved back to Lexington. And even Linda said that that was the smartest decision we ever made as a couple, was to decide to raise our children. I have 3 lovely children, a daughter and 2 sons, all of whom have graduated from college now, and gone on to have successful careers of their own, and have families. Well, my oldest boy, the middle child's won't be family. But they've all done very well, and their fathers very proud of them. As was mentioned earlier by Sharon, right? Sharon will be my wife. My wife unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago to cancer. In fact, matter of fact, will be 2 years exactly next month. But we had a wonderful 35-year marriage, wonderful. And I was very fortunate to have been married to her. But when we moved back here, I just didn't come back here and just focus on me. I got involved in my community. I got involved in the school system. I was very involved with the Fayette County Public Schools while I was raising my children. Very involved in Little League. I was a Little League coach and later president of the Little League. Got very involved in the business community. Unlike most Democrats, I served 2 terms, 2 years, on the board of directors of the Chamber of Commerce. So I have Chamber of Commerce ties. Got very involved in the social justice community, served on the board of an entity called Kentucky Council for Community and Justice, where we address social justice issues of every type. Was appointed on the board of our tourism commission. I served for 5 years on the Lexington Convention and Tourism Commission. 4 of those 5 years as finance chair, watching the dollars. And I'm proud to say while Crit Llewellyn kept a tight ship on other quasi-government agencies that were misusing monies, you never saw the Lexington Business Bureau, in that mix. We watched the dollars. We spent the dollars wisely and smartly, and didn't mismanage any dollars. I also served in the arts community. For 5 years, I was a member of an arts program there in Lexington. So, you name it, I've been involved in my community, very much involved. I've even been Sharon PTA president. For 4 years, I was a PTA president at the high school level. So I really immersed myself and got involved in helping grow and build and make the Lexington community prosper. I even built a high school. Okay? The current Bryce Christian High School, I was part of the effort leading to build that. Okay? So I'm very proud of my record. Even before, in 2014, I got sworn in as a state senator. And after that, obviously, I took that role very seriously and have continued to help build and grow my community. I'll just give you 2 examples. In 2015, Johnny, non-budget year, President Capello said he wanted to reopen the budget, which is a hard thing to do in a non-budget year, because he wanted $132.5 million to help build a health disparities clinic there in the UK. Because, as you've heard many times, we have the worst healthcare numbers in the state. We rank last in cancer deaths. We rank 49th in lung cancer. We rank 49th in heart disease. We rank 46th in obesity. I can go on and on and on. We are the unhealthiest state in the nation. So President Capello wanted to do something about that. He said, I want to build a health disparities clinic. And in an effort of bipartisanship, I worked with my Senate Democrats and got them unanimously to go along with that. And that vote passed in the Senate 38-0 to reopen the budget and allocate $132.5 million to UK so we could get that health disparities clinic built and do something to help overcome and reverse our healthcare numbers here in the state. That project added 3,000 jobs. So add 3,000 jobs to the Bluegrass area. And it's going to have a positive impact, revenue impact of $750 million, $750 million. But I didn't stop there. And who's that next to Johnny? That Jennifer? The next year, Fayette County wanted to renovate the Civic Center. And they said we needed $60 million to renovate, additional $60 million. So he was going to come up with about 250, but to make the project work, he needed the state to come in and kick in $60 million. Okay. When we work out the budget, Jennifer, that last week in March, for 7 days, I was at every budget session. I got 20 hours of sleep that week. Okay. I'd get home about 3 o'clock in the morning, wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, be back at 9, because budget sessions truly went to like 2 o'clock in the morning. I want to be at every single one because I knew how important that project was to Lexington and Central Kentucky. And at the end of the day, Jennifer, I got that $60 million from the budget. And the renovation of that Civic Center will add another 2,000 jobs to Central Kentucky and have a net revenue impact of Fayette County of $500 million. So people always say, people say, Democrats always talk about jobs. They never do anything. I can tell you that in the 4 years I've been in the state Senate, already I've had $1.25 billion impact just in the Central Kentucky area. And I've added or will add, once everything's done, a total of 5,000